What's up, everybody? We are back with a list. I've been doing a bunch of work that you might find interesting for a type of video that I'll be working on. We have here the ultimate list that's been pointed out by super reliable points that I found on the internet. Super reliable. It starts off with a outrider detachment led up by a weird boy with 3 shock jump dragsters. This is a bad moons detachment. They run around and jump around, offering fire and harassing your opponent early, mid, however long they survive. The weird boy, maybe you want to take to jump. Maybe you want to take Warphead and get him to jump with a buff, or maybe just one of the buffs like Warpath, or probably more of the Fist of Gork. The other weird boy probably gets the other buff, and then maybe he switches out for the crunch, depending on who and what you're playing. Then you have the other weird boy heads up a battalion with one of the 3 Def Kill War Trikes. That battalion has just 3 boys, squads, 10 boys, and trucks each, so they can run around at high speed. Then there is another Outrider detachment with War Boss Zagstruck and 3 groups of Storm Boys. This is a Blood Axe. The other one could be Blood Axe. The battalion could be Blood Axe, could be Death Skulls. You could run it as Blood Axe, then stick Zagstruck in there, and then not have to run 3 Outriders, but it depends on what you want to do. Then there's a third Outrider detachment headed up by one of the Def Killer War Trikes, and that has five groups of 4 Warbikers, 2 with big choppers, the rest with power claws. All the knobs in the trucks have power claws. All of the boys in the sky, all the boys with the jump packs have knobs with big chopper. Here's what you do. Like I said, the shock jump dragster runs around, harasses your opponent early. The weird boy comes up with the other weird boy and gets a hard cast of a high damage D6 smite, while occasionally casting buffs on something that he can ideally make stronger, like the Def Killer War Trike with Fist of Gork. Maybe he hits the Warbikers, maybe if he can, with Warpath, something like that. The other weird boy jumps in after he hard smites and suffers D3 to do another hard smite. So you do 2d6. While you do suffer 2d3 on yourself, you then move your weird boys back or move them into melee combat to die, depending on what you want to do. The battalion runs I should say 3 boys, squads, and trucks run around, and they could add some meat to the situation, adding the pluses you need to your weird boys to get the hard casting, or they could simply go on a point, hold a point, or if you want to really throw a bunch of dice behind an attack, say you want to really add some meat into all your war bikers hitting, they jump out, they hit with the war bikers, and they maybe could do 90 attacks if you get them all in. It's not not the it's not the best for boys squads, but it is delicious on its own right, and also the command point farm is excellent. Then the Storm Boys are fairly self-explanatory. Ideally, you fist a Gork Zagstruck fist turn 1, so he jumps across the field and fists a Gork the enemy team right in the face right off the bat with your 3 groups of Storm Boys. And probably the 5 groups of 4 Warbikers behind him, your 20 Warbikers with all of the Def Kill War Trikes, probably get in there turn 1. And since the Def Kill War Trikes and all of your Warbikers are, I would run them as Evil Sons right now. This is all depending. Right now, an Evil Sons list where it falls back and charges. So you have the Bad Moons, shock jumps, teleporting around, hitting on 3s, or just moving around, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, offering harassment. The Blood Axe, Storm Boys running around, and another Outrider detachment. These are all in separate detachments. Running around, early harassment. Again, this is a very in your face. By turn 2, the entire list is impacted, and there's no late game with this list because like I said, turn 1 is where most of this list hits, except for probably the trucks. and then the Weird Boys. And the Weird Boys probably would buff for the turn 1 strike. So you would want to take Warpath to cast it on some of the War Bikers. You would want to take Fist of Gork, cast it on Zagstruck, one of your Death Killer War Strikes. And if you can, hit on turn 1. Alpha Strike charge list, maybe. Yes, that's what this is. It's a speed walk. This list goes stupid fast. This list just shows up down the field and says, hello, it's time to make a charge. And then when you do make that charge, your 14-inch moving war bikers spend the rest of the game falling back, shooting, and charging. Falling back, shooting, and charging. I think it should probably work and be pretty fun to play. Hope you enjoyed the video.